Here I am again, fighting like a son of a gun to make a comeback for my 78th year next summer. This will be part two, all of this dealing with being able to finish the backpacking and exploration aspect of my Hayuina Wilderness project. Remember in part one, I explained my need of learning a new way to move after back surgery, inspired by the girl in the gray t-shirt who seemed to be running normally, but her right foot was deformed and leg 3 to 4 inches shorter, but she compensated running on her toes to look smooth and normal. Wow, I was really impressed. I needed to find a new way of walking, hiking, and jogging and fake moving normally like she was doing. My left leg was the problem with acute pain and with collapsing weakness, but I discovered by turning my toes inward as much as possible, correcting my duck walk, I could move pretty good. And this has had me wondering that if I had have discovered this earlier, could I have avoided the surgery? But all was at home. I have been working out while watching BYU or the Jazz on TV, usually with a 40-pound pack on my back, walking around the sofa, and then every day heading outdoors on the mountain trails for 2 to 3 hours every other day, with 1 hour on the in-between day. SLATE Canyon this time was my therapy. On the left in this picture we see Maple Mountain, which is right next to the Y Mountain to its south, with Provo Peak in the background. This was my doctor's ordered therapy on smooth, level ground. You get to it taking SLATE Canyon Drive between Provo and Springville, which swings up close to the Wasatch Mountains, where you find the Bonneville Shoreline Trail sign. As you start up the trail, you soon come to a Forest Service sign designating the SLATE Canyon Trail leading up onto the slopes of Provo Peak, 3 3/4 miles, to the Slide Canyon Trail that swings around and then takes you back towards the valley and over the Y and down to the pavement. A short distance from the parking lot, you come to a lot gate. To there, you have been hiking about 1/4 mile. As I hike, once in a while, pain hits my leg and it begins to collapse, reminding me to force my toes inward. The peaks are reminiscent of many of our Wasatch Canyons, like the crags of the Wasatch and Little Rock Canyon that we've seen already, and later we'll hike up Rock Canyon. All of this rough, tough, gray limestone peaks. It's late fall, as you can see, with a little color still left. A layer of yellow sedimentary rock soon appears up above us. There will be reddish layers too, and grayish to black slate, often seen along the trail, after which this canyon is named. The rugged sedimentary layers show incredible earth movements, curving up, breaking off, sometimes all broken up in pieces, often standing on end and pointing skyward. These beds were all formed under ancient oceans, then lifted up thousands of feet, and then later in another uplift they broke, the western portion remaining underneath the valleys, and the part that was uplifted forming the Wasatch Front. Most of the flowers and plants are gone until next year. Here's an exception, this velvet like one still hanging on for a little while, seemingly surviving by its woolly insulation. A few of the broadleaf trees have hung on too, outlasting the Gamble's oak, or the scrub oak as we call it here in Utah. The aspens also have lost their leaves by now, about mid-November. An old geezer has also survived, having made several miles up the rugged canyon with about 2,000 feet in elevation gain, but the sun is dipping low to the west, and the cold has me turning down the canyon to make it to the car by dark. The last blast of color for the year, backlighted, is breathtaking. The steep trail down has me hurrying with caution, as the braking action is more tiring and dangerous than the climb up. The soft woolliness of dried gray rabbit brush is in stark contrast to its brilliant yellow a month or so earlier when it blossoms. There's no water in the creek, as the water is captured higher up and piped down for culinary use in Provo. We're now coming out of the shade of the canyon, and we see the jagged peaks swarmed by the setting sun. Beautiful deer, now with their winter coat, are seen here and there. The sun is now ready to set over Utah Lake, and we say goodbye to Slate Canyon, having done about 4 miles for my daily therapy, now with the parking lot in sight and lights of Provo flickering on and the sky turning to gold. A few days later, winter invaded Slate Canyon and the Wasatch Front, but can't stop moving. So for me, off to BYU Smithfield House with a blurry shot or two taken with my little waterproof Pentax point and shoot camera, and then here a day or so later with my Nikon and a few long distant telephoto shots of a little better quality, showing an active couple, the little kid being trained right by his nearby father, and future track stars training and giving a wonderful patriotic touch to the story. For me, the level and smooth ordered by the doctor will be done on the track, and my preparation for the high Uinta Wilderness Trails is done on the stadium stairs, and then crisscrossing back and forth, going up and down on the benches. Next up, the smooth and level Y Mountain and Eagle Pass Trail. So let's all keep moving, doing our darndest, and we will see you soon.